When it comes to the security of our relationship with Yah through Yeshua Messiah, let's put a lid on it. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of Trumah. We are still in Shemot, or Exodus chapter 25. Let's go down to verse 17, which says, "And you shall make a lid of atonement of clean gold, 2.5 cubits long, and 1.5 cubits wide. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold, make them of beaten work at the ends, or at the 2 ends of the lid of atonement. Make 1 cherub at one end, and the other cherub at the other end. Make the cherubim from the lid of atonement at its 2 ends. And the cherubim shall be spreading out their wings above, covering the lid of atonement with their wings, with their faces toward each other. The faces of the cherubim turned toward the lid of atonement." That is, they're looking toward the center. "And you shall put the lid of atonement on top of the ark, and put into the ark the witness which I give you." Okay, and then it says that he's going to meet with them there. Okay, what is this design, and what is its significance to us? Well, a few things. When we study the construction of the Ark of the Covenant, it is a mysterious construction. Just a very quick point. The gold rings that would have been attached to the side of the Ark, the staves put through those rings, the laws of physics suggest that the staves would either break or the rings would have been pulled off of the sides. Yet, as heavy as this ark would have been, with all the gold involved, that didn't seem to be the case. The ark is not made of solid gold. It is a gold overlay. As you read the text concerning the construction of the ark, it's made out of acacia wood and then overlaid with gold inside and out. Is it a gold plating of sorts? A gold leaf that is affixed somehow to the Ark of the Covenant? Or is there a different design? The ancient rabbinical commentator Rashi, for those who are not familiar, he's if you've ever studied in Christian theology, read the writings of Matthew Henry, he's well known, he's very basic, he's very elementary in a lot of ways. So Rashi is the Matthew Henry of rabbinical commentators, but he is very, very, very detailed. I find his details interesting. According to what he is saying, you have this wooden box by the dimensions that are given. Instead of it being gold leaf or gold plating, there is actually a second outer ark made of gold that the wooden box sits down inside of. And then there is a third ark, if you will, of gold that is created as a sleeve, all of these with their own 4 walls and bottom, that sits down on the inside of the wooden box. So it's kind of like the Russian stacking dolls. You have an outer gold box, a wooden box, and an inner gold box. I'm going to hold this up, so I'm hoping to catch this for you. You can see here that there is this depicted as a gold box, and the gold box has a decorative crown that goes around the perimeter. Then, if I can get my fingers coordinated here, a wooden box, and then, doing this backwards, an inner gold box. And notice that the inner gold box has a lip, goes all the way around. And so as I'm trying to show that to you, so you have this 3-in-1 box design with the inner box coming up and having a bordered lip that goes all the way around. Then the gold lid sits down on top and actually situates somewhat inside that, forming a seal of the box. Now, what's interesting is that as this golden lid fits down inside the outer box, resting on the lip of the box that's on the inside, the message that is being conveyed to us is that we are sealed at the throne. Follow me, if I can do this correctly. The Ark of the Covenant symbolizes the resting place, the very center resting place of Yah's presence. The cloud that they saw on the outside of the tabernacle was situated directly over top of the area of the tabernacle where the Ark of the Covenant rested. The cherubim that had their wings pushed toward the center and their faces down. There were 4 cherubim in the first chapter of Ezekiel that are described as having 4 faces. And they have uniquely designed wings and so forth, and that they form a square, if you will, and they move in great synchronization. Did I actually say that word right? But they are, as you look at the continuing text there in Ezekiel, they are actually the throne of Yah. Yah is seated enthroned upon them. So Yah's not sitting in this great big chair, so to speak, overlaid with gold, but rather he rests upon the cherubim. So these 2 cherubs then that are on the ark are symbolizing Yah's throne, and he dwells on the top, sits on top of this. And he says, this is where I'm going to meet with you. This is where my presence will abide. But then there is this sealing of the lid that is for our benefit at the throne. In 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21 and 22, it says, but he who establishes, and another translated word for that is he who seals us with you in Messiah, and has anointed us is Elohim, who has also sealed us and gave the Spirit in our hearts as a pledge. In Ephesians 1:13, in whom you also, having heard the word of truth, the good news of your deliverance, in whom also, having believed, you were sealed with the set-apart Spirit of promise. And then again in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 30, do not grieve the set-apart Spirit of Elohim, by whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Now notice that in each of the 3 of these texts, that the agent of sealing is the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Traditional theology, I'll put it that way, has generally taught the universal church doctrine of a 3-in-1 Trinity. The reality is you have Yah, who is the Father, the Creator. Yah is supreme, the supreme of all things. But he is not a body, he is a spirit. That same spirit that Yah is his set-apart spirit. Yah is the set-apart spirit, and the set-apart is Yah. There is no difference. The manifestation, that part of Yah that can be seen, Yah who is unseen or unseeable, that part of him that can be seen is our Messiah, Yeshua. And he says that they are Echad. So the Trinity is really an inaccurate depiction. Yah seals us at his throne by his own breath, breathing on us. In other words, the Ark of the Covenant is a breathing territory, and it seals us. This lid is saying you are covered over at the throne of Yah, and you are sealed in him, because the Word dwells within you as it does inside the ark. More than I can think about today. But you think about it and think about seeing me again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.